Dear students, previous classes will be discussed about microbes in household products and microbes in industrial products. Today we are going to discuss about microbes in sewage treatment. So first we are going to discuss about what is the meaning of sewage. What is the meaning of sewage? So here a major component of wastewater and human excreta are called sewage. A major component of wastewater and human excreta are called sewage. Okay, now this sewage contains large amount of organic matter and microbes, mostly in pathogens. That is mostly in pathogenic bacteria. Generally, the sewage contains large amount of organic matter and microbes. Next here, treatment of wastewater is done in two stages. Treatment of wastewater is done in two stages. Especially treatment of municipality wastewater. Treatment of municipality wastewater is done in two stages by heterotrophic microbes. Naturally present in the sewage. Okay, now so two stages are here. So first stage, that is primary treatment. Primary treatment. Okay, now treatment of wastewater is done in two stages by heterotrophic microbes naturally present in the sewage. That is municipality wastewater. Okay, now first stage are here primary treatment. So primary treatment is always involves physical removal of particles from the sewage through filtration and sedimentation. Okay, now dear students, so treatment of wastewater is done in two stages. That is primary treatment and secondary treatment. So primary treatment is always involves physical removal of small and larger size of the particles from the sewage through filtration and sedimentation process. Okay, now so next one here, floating debris. Some of the floating debris is removed by sequential filtration and grit is removed by sedimentation. First, now physical removal of smaller size of the particles or larger size of the particles from the sewage through filtration and sedimentation process. Okay, now next one, floating debris. Some of the debris are freely floating up the wastewater. That is floating debris. Okay, now floating debris is removed by sequential filtration and grit is removed by sedimentation. Grit means soil or small pebbles is removed by sedimentation. Okay, now dear students, floating debris, some amount of the debris is always freely floating up the wastewater is removed by sequential filtration and grit by means soil and small pebbles is removed by sedimentation. So next one here, all solids that settle from the primary sludge and the supernatant forms the Surfactant forms the effluent. Okay, now dear students, all solids that settle from the primary sludge and the surfactant forms the effluent. Surfactant forms the effluent. By means primary treatment of primary sludge finally to be form of effluent. Finally to be form of effluent. This is a primary treatment or first stage. This is a first stage or primary treatment. Okay, now next here secondary treatment or biological treatment is done by passing the primary effluent, passing the primary effluent into large aeration tank. So into large aeration tank for vigorous growth of aerobic microbes into form of flows, into form of flows. Okay, now dear students, so secondary treatment or biological treatment is done by passing the primary effluent, passing the primary effluent into large aeration tank. So primary effluent next passing into the large aeration tank. So this large aeration tank for containing vigorous growth of aerobic microbes. So these microbes into flows, these growth of aerobic microbes into flows, into flows. Okay, now into flows. Next one here. So these aerobic microbes or these microbes consume the major part of the organic matter, major part of the organic matter in the primary effluent and reduce the BOD, reduce the BOD. Okay, now primary treatment so is also finally the primary sludge to be formed the primary effluent. So in this primary effluent next involved to secondary treatment or biological treatment. So the primary effluent to passing a large aeration tank. So this large aeration tank containing several aerobic microbes, several aerobic microbes. Okay, now so these several aerobic microbes consume the major part of the organic matter, major part of the organic matter. Several microbes are consumed major part of the organic matter in the primary effluent, then after reduce the BOD, then after reduce the BOD. So BOD means biochemical oxygen demand of the effluent. So the effluent to be reduce the BOD, that is biochemical oxygen demand, biochemical oxygen demand. Okay, now so what is the meaning of BOD? What is the meaning of BOD? So BOD generally the abbreviation of BOD, B for biochemical, O for oxygen, D for demand, that is BOD. So BOD is always refers to the amount of oxygen that would be consumed if the all organic matter in 1 liter of water was oxidized by bacteria, was oxidized by bacteria. That is the meaning of BOD. BOD full form biochemical oxygen demand. What is the meaning of BOD? So in generally BOD refers to the amount of oxygen that would be consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of the water, in 1 liter of the water was oxidized by some aerobic bacteria, some aerobic bacteria, that is called BOD, that is called BOD or biochemical oxygen demand. Okay, now dear students, so here secondary treatment or biological treatment to be appeared reduce the BOD, reduce the BOD. So is always reducing the biochemical oxygen demand, biochemical oxygen demand. So here the BOD test is always measures the, so the BOD test is always measures in the effluent of the water, effluent of the water. By means the BOD test measures is always done to the effluent of water by means full floating of the potential. Full floating of the potential. So by means BOD, the BOD test measures the effluent of the water sample and is always depend upon to the full floating of the pollution potential. Full floating of the pollution potential. That is the importance of BOD. Okay, now once the BOD is always reduced significantly, so then after the primary effluent is always passing out the one setting tank, Okay, now so this setting tank is always containing some of the microbes, some of the aerobic microbes. So in this time, so that sludge are named activated sludge. Okay now. So the primary effluent passing into the setting tank. The setting tank is also containing some of the aerobic microbes. These aerobic microbes to be form of sludge. This sludge is always activated. That is known as activated sludge. Next one here. This activated sludge is pumped again back into the aeration tank. Okay, here the activated sludge is pumped back into the aeration tank. Already secondary treatment or biological treatment is done by passing primary effluent into large aeration tank. The primary treatment of primary effluent is passed out large aeration tank. Okay, now dear students, the primary treatment of end product are here primary effluent. The primary treatment end product of primary effluent passed out secondary treatment of large aeration tank. Okay, now so this primary effluent is again pumped into large setting tank. So this large setting tank is also containing several aerobic microbes. These microbes to be form of one type of sludge. This sludge is always activated. That is known as activated sludge. Okay, now next one here, dear students, the activated sludge is pumped back into the aeration tank. Then after to be served into the inoculum. Okay, now remaining major parts of the sludge is pumped into the large tank. So that is called anaerobic sludge digester. Okay, now dear students, so the remaining major part of the sludge is pumped into the large tank. So this large tank are known as anaerobic sludge digester. By means this large tank containing anaerobic microbes. So don't confuse over here. Aeration tank or setting tank containing only aerobic microbes. Then after the activation sludge, the activated sludge, so to be passing out aeration tank, then after remaining major part of the sludge is passing out large tank. This large tank containing some of the heterotrophic anaerobic bacteria. Heterotrophic anaerobic bacteria. So this process is known as anaerobic sludge digester. Anaerobic sludge digester. Okay now. So the sludge digested by some of the bacteria and some of the fungus to be form one mixture of gases. One mixture of gases. That is known as biogas. That is known as biogas. This biogas containing methane along with carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and seawood. Okay now, dear students, the secondary treatment of end product, that is anaerobic sludge digester. The primary treatment of end product, primary effluent. The secondary treatment of end product, anaerobic sludge digester. Okay now, this anaerobic sludge digested by some of the anaerobic bacteria and the fungus to be produce one mixture of gases, that is biogas or gobar gas. This biogas or gobar gas containing methane along with carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, and hydrogen. Okay now, so this biogas is always used to inflammable. By means biogas to be produced one sources of the energy. Okay now, the biogas or gobar gas is produced one sources of energy. This energy, it is used as inflammable. It is used as inflammable. By means gobar gas or biogas is always used to be cooking and lighting for the house purpose. Okay now, anyhow activated in ministry and forest is discovered to the Ganga Action Plan and Yamuna Action Plan is always serve the major rivers from the pollution. In generally, microbes is always to be used the removal of toxic pollutants such as oils and chemical spills and land contamination of toxic waste materials. With toxic materials, this process is called bioremediation. Okay, now thank you. So this is about microbes in sewage treatment.